Hello, magnificent human beings. My name is Landon with Yoga New Mexico, where we focus on empowerment, alignment, and strength. You are in the right place, capable and strong. What are we doing today? It is a full class Friday on Trikonasana, Triangle Pose. So if you're looking for a full, roughly hour-long class to get you flowing into your weekend or to do on the weekend or whenever, that incorporates lots of triangle, then this is the class for you. So please go ahead, roll out your mat, and I will roll the intro screen. Finding yourself simply in a seated position here on your mat. Roll your shoulders back, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. In through the nose, and out through the nose. In through the nose, and out through the nose. Focusing on that steady Ujjayi breath, so a gentle constriction in the back of your throat helps to create that audible sound. Allowing an intention to surface for your practice. Something simple, your mental totem you can hold on to through your practice today to help keep you grounded, help guide you. Very good. Sealing your intention, 3 cleansing breaths. Simply inhale through your nose. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Inhale, inhale, inhale. And exhale out the mouth. Once more, inhale through the nose. Inhale, inhale, fill your belly, fill your lungs. Hold, hold. And gentle sigh. Very good. Go ahead and swing your legs on around, coming into that brief staff pose. Bob your knees, shake it out. Bring that left heel all the way in, and then that knee come on down. And then twisting, squaring your shoulders up, right forearm down on the inside of that leg, left hand up overhead, feeling that stretch. So feeling that stretch from the base of your hip through your rib cage all the way up. You're going to notice this is a very common theme in our class today, because that lengthening through that side body all the way from the base of that hip to that right armpit, or whichever armpit you have up, is a very, very big part of our triangle pose. And your hand can be up here, you can bring it behind your head, whatever you like. Just breathe. Inhales, lengthen. Exhales, hinge outward. Coming on back. Squaring your shoulders up with the front. And then this right knee, bring it on back. So this left foot's still in at that leg, and you're just bending your right knee back. And then hands twist to the left. Twist, twist, twist. And coming on down to your forearms. Gentle deer pose. Just breathe, relax. Coming back up. Okay, your left leg, where this knee's bent out here, straighten it out in front of you, and coming into that half hero pose. Staying exactly where you are, but instead of reclining back, we're going to come forward. So bring your hands behind you to kind of help keep that flat back. Inhale, you lengthen, and exhale, hinging on down. Keep breathing. And coming on back. Okay. Being mindful of your knee. If it feels weird, then you can come onto this hip here and kind of bring it out to the side. That's fine. But wherever you are, coming back, trying to find that stretch in your quadricep here. So leaning on back, onto your forearms, and if you can lay all the way down, then go ahead, but no need to. Walking it back up and extending that leg out in front of you. Bob your knees, sway it out a little bit, bringing both knees or both feet on in for your bound angle, that Cobblers Pose. So fingertips on the top part of your feet here, thumbs underneath like you're reading that book. Roll your shoulders back, eye gaze forward, breathe. Steady, full, calm breaths. And release. Use that arm strength to bring your knees back together. Shake it out. Bob it out. All right. Taking that right heel, bring it all the way up and in, and then twisting. So squaring your shoulders up with that wall. Left hand comes down your leg, holding onto that ankle or placing that forearm on the inside of that calf. Your right hand up overhead, and right hand can be just hanging out. You can bring it behind your head, wherever you wish. Just breathe. Remember that lengthening from the base of our hip through our rib cage, our intercostals, up to that armpit. Very big part, very big theme of today's class. Coming on back. Very good. Okay, your right knee, bend it on back. And gentle deer pose, so twisting towards the right, twisting, twisting, and then just coming on down to your forearms. And coming back. Squaring your shoulders with the front and extend that leg on out. Your right leg comes on out. Hands behind you and keeping that flat back as best as you can. Go ahead and hinge on down. Keep with your breath, you've got it. And come back to neutral. Okay, same thing as before. Relaxing back on your forearms. And remember, if it feels weird in this knee and you need to kind of come down to your side here, that's okay. But keeping that leg on back and Coming on back. Relaxing on your forearms, laying all the way down, whichever one you like. Just about 4 or 5 breaths here. Coming back up and extending your leg on out. Staff pose. Just briefly, you can bob it out and shake it out. Putting a bend in your knees for your Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold on down. Relax. Keep with your breath, slow and gentle. And come on back. Okay. Go ahead and swing your legs on around. Roll over your knees, whichever one you want. Coming into your tabletop. Hands, fingertips spread wide. Shake it out, wag it out, move it around. Just a couple of cat-cows. Get things loose. Inhale, look up, drop your belly. Eye gaze lifts. Exhale, cat, round, push the earth away from you. Inhale, look up, drop your belly, eye gaze lifts, and exhale, round. Move it out, shake it out. Walking your hands on out. Downward facing dog. First down dog of class. So pedaling it out, walking it out, getting loose in your down dog, kind of alternating your heels. Whatever you like, whatever feels best. All right, identify that left leg. Bring it all the way through. Base of your lunge. Inhale, hands up overhead. Full crescent lunge. Hold in your crescent lunge. Breathe. Eye gaze steady. Breath is focused. All right, identify your right hand, bring it all the way down on the inside of that foot, left hand up overhead, gentle twist. And this right hand, sometimes it's nice to, instead of bringing your hand down, making a fist to help really take some of the tension out of those wrists. Use your strength, come back up overhead, full crescent lunge. Hands come down to the mat and step your back foot up into forward fold. Just relax. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold on down. All right. Identify your left leg. Bring it back for a brief lunge. Hold, exhale. And then inhale, right leg back for down dog. Once you get there, exhale, relax. Okay, next side. Right leg, brief three-legged, bring it through. Base of your lunge. Inhale, hands up overhead. Your crescent lunge. Just breathe. Keeping everything steady, focused. High on the back ball of that foot. Hips are square. Right knee stacked on top of that ankle. Okay, left hand comes all the way down. Hand, fingertips, fist, whatever you like. Twisting. Use that strength. Come back up into full crescent lunge. Just breathe. Very, very good. All right, hands all the way down to the mat and step your back foot up. Forward fold, relax. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding on down. Chin is elasticized, slow and steady, coming all the way up. Hands up overhead, squeeze your glutes. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. All right. Hands on the mat, stepping it all the way back with that right foot. Brief crescent lunge, exhale. And then inhale, left back, down dog. Once you get there, exhale, relax. Shift your weight forward into that plank, holding in your plank. Breathe nice and strong and lower, halfway out. Chaturanga, push it back up. Lower all the way down, raise up, upward facing dog, and then downward facing dog. Very good. Walking hands to feet, feet to hands, forward fold, just relax. Chin is elasticized, slow, steady, coming all the way up, hands up overhead, squeeze your glutes, exhale, let it go. Relax. Okay, so getting some of our side bends, forward bends, back bends in. Go ahead, roll those shoulders back and bring your hands up overhead. Heel toe your feet together if they're not already. Interlacing your fingers, pointer fingers come out. Shoulders back, kind of flare open those armpits just a little bit. Biceps by your ears. And you lengthen directly upward and hinging towards the right. Exhale. Breathe. Hold in your crescent moon. Coming back to neutral. Shake it out. All right, next side. So inhale, create space through that rib cage, and then exhale, tilting to the left this time. Breathe, focus. Coming back to neutral, relax. Shake it out. All right, brief back bend. Back bend can be obviously intense on our low back, for a lot of folks. So just taking things at your own pace. Fingertips pointed up on that low back. It's nice to keep those shoulders back, or maybe you can make fists and just bring them in at your low back, wherever you like. Eye gaze comes up and just pause right here, getting kind of comfortable in this vulnerable position before we come back. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come back just a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, come back. Keep with it, keep going as far as you're comfortable with. Coming back to neutral. Relax, shake it out. Okay, now to counteract that back bend, our forward fold. Separate your feet about hips distance. Come on down, getting set up for your Pada Hastasana, hands to feet pose. So a few options, taking those peace sign fingers, wrapping them around your big toes, bending your knees as much as you need to allow this to happen so you can have that nice flat back, and slowly begin straightening those knees, hinging, just breathe. Staying present, staying with it. If you want, sliding those palms underneath or staying wherever you are, just breathe. Slowly, slowly release. Heel to those feet together. Roll out your wrists. Move your hands around. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Excellent. Chin is the last to rise, coming all the way up. Getting ready for a sigh. Back bend and sigh. Hands up. Exhale by your side. Shake it out. Very good. All right. Go ahead and chin into chest. Just roll on down back into that forward fold. Fingertips on the mat. Identify your left leg and bring it on back into that lunge position. Leave it here. Ground down your back heel and slowly windmill up into Warrior 2. Warrior 2. Awesome job. Eye gaze softly over that front hand and breathe. Keep with your breath. Keep with your focus. Hands on your hips. Straighten that front knee. And remember, as we talked about in Wednesday's class, do not let this back hip dip forward, keeping your hips as square as you possibly can. Right hand, inner right thigh. Left hand up overhead. Coming on down, your triangle, Trikonasana. Coming back up, bend that front knee. And coming back into your Warrior 2. Windmill hands all the way down to the mat and downward facing dog. Pedal it out, shake it out, move around, and shift your weight forward into that plank, modifying if you wish, otherwise doing your Chaturanga, lowering all the way down, raising on up, up dog, and downward facing dog. Looking forward at your hands, step, hop, jump, walk all the way into that forward fold. Inhale, half lift, exhale, fold. All right, fingertips on the mat. Identify your right foot, bring it back, base of that lunge position, and then ground down your back heel. Slowly come on up. Warrior 2. Eye gaze over that front hand, breathe. All right, straighten your front knee. Remember, hips square. Nice and square. Try not to hyperextend this knee, rather keeping it nice and straight. And bring that left hand down on the inside of that thigh. Right hand up overhead. Feeling that lengthening from the base of this hip through those rib cage, through your rib cage and up. If you can come down, cool. But don't dip your hip down too far, rather trying to keep your hips square and tilt. Coming on back. Very good. Windmill your hands slowly all the way down to the mat and your downward facing dog. From your down dog, shifting forward into plank and lowering onto your knees if you want. Doing your Chaturanga, then lowering all the way down. Raise on up and upward facing dog. Or downward facing dog after your up dog. All right. Excellent work. Nice, flowing through your triangles. Identify your left leg, brief three-legged, bring it through base of your lunge. Your back foot, step it up a tiny bit, and then bring your hands up onto your hips, base of your warrior one position. So do your checks, left knee on top of that ankle, back heel grounded down, hips square with the front. Hands come around behind you, interlace those fingers, or just holding on to those opposite hands, whatever you like, and slowly begin hinging on down, humble warrior. Coming back up. Excellent, excellent job. All right, release, shake it out. Straighten that front knee, and hips are still square at the front, coming on down in that pyramid pose. Separating your hands, just let them frame that foot, and relax. Breath audible here. How's your intention? Breathe. Keep with your focus. I always try to find the balance of talking and not talking, because that silence is very valuable in your practice to really find some of that stillness. So just enjoying the silence here in your pyramid pose. 2 or 3 more breaths. Very, very slowly. Coming back if you've been lost. Leaving your hands on the mat though. Okay, left hand inside of that foot. And then ground down that back heel as we raise up into triangle once more. Kind of coming into this pose backwards, but that's okay. And tilting on up, bending that front knee, that shallow warrior two. Very good. All right, hands come all the way down to the mat and downward facing dog. Taking your optional flow if you want. Otherwise, simply meeting in downward facing dog. You can chaturanga and up dog. You cannot. You can just chill and stay in your down dog, whatever you wish. All right. Right foot. Bring it through. Base of your lunge. Go ahead and step up that back heel so you can ground down for that warrior one position. And bring your hands onto your hips. A few breaths. Hands come around behind you, interlace those fingers. Okay. Slowly hinging on down. Your humble warrior. Keep with your breath. And slowly, slowly, slowly come on back. Hands on your hips, a couple breaths to let that circulation come back. Straightening that front knee. Hands on your hips. And slowly coming on down. Separating those hands, relaxing in that pyramid. Again, enjoying the silence here for just a few breaths. Close your eyes. Relax. Okay, right hand inside of that right foot. And kind of two movements at once here. Bringing that left hand up as you ground down that back heel. Coming into triangle. Breathe. Feeling that lengthening from your hip all the way through. Coming back up into a shallow warrior two. Windmill hands all the way down to the mat. Bring it back. Downward facing dog. Weight shifts forward into plank, holding strong in your plank, or modifying and doing a chaturanga. Coming all the way down, upward facing dog, and downward facing dog. Walking it out, moving it out. Lowering down to your knees, untucking your toes, sitting back on your heels. Beautiful. Excellent time to get a quick sip of water. A quick sip of water. All right. A couple of little floor postures here before we get into the real floor postures. Go ahead and come up onto your knees. Brief camel. Separate your knees. Hands on your hips. Roll your shoulders back. Eye gaze forward. And just take a couple of breaths. Relax. Slowly feel free to bend on back. You can place those hands at that low back and tilt back, or bringing your hands to your heels, whichever one you wish. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Coming on back. And sitting back on those heels. All right. Hands come around behind you, getting set up for your rabbit. Chin into chest. And then rounding on down. Bringing the top of your forehead to the top of your knees, lifting those glutes. Setting it all down, relaxing, coming back into that kneeling position here, your thunderbolt. All right, bring your hands up overhead and slowly tilting on down. Ardha Kurmasana, half tortoise. Knife edges of those pinkies on the mat, forehead on the mat as well, and just breathe. Engage your core. Come, back up. Release. Beautiful work. Okay. Getting down now, closer to the mat, but pigeon first. So go ahead and walk your hands all the way forward, downward facing dog. Left knee, bring it all the way up on the inside of that wrist, set it down, and untuck those back toes. Excellent work. Okay, getting squared up here in your pigeon. And gently come on down to your forearms or all the way, whichever you like. Just breathe, relax, just chill. Dissolve and soften. from your pigeon, slowly walking it back up. And then simply slouching onto that left glute. Bring the shin so it's parallel with the front here, getting set up for your fire log, your 90-90, double pigeon. There's like a million names for this posture. Bring that right ankle all the way up and over and stack it on the meaty part of your knee over here. Not like right on the joint, but kind of actually on that lower quadricep. And lifting your knees up, because you don't really want to favor, one side or the other. I mean, if your knees can lay flat all the way down, then awesome. But if not, maybe bringing your hands around behind you and then working with that breath to lower your knees down at the same rate. Keeping those feet flexed to help protect your knee joints. Slowly bring that right leg all the way back around, squaring it up into the base of that kind of neutral pigeon position, and downward facing dog. Shake it out, move around. All right, right knee, right wrist, bring it up. Base of your pigeon pose once more. Doing all your checks, back foot, nice and straight. Right knee in front of that hip here. And slowly, slowly coming on down. Keep with your breath, just chilling, relaxing in your pigeon. Remember, if your breath gets away from you, it's always there. If your mind starts to wander, your intention is always there. So just dissolve, relax for a few more breaths. Slowly, slowly coming back up from that pigeon and then slouching onto that right glute. All right, bring the shin so it is parallel with the top of the mat and swinging all the way around, stacking your left ankle on top of your right knee. And again, if your knees fall flat, that's fine, but try not to favor one side or the other. Just breathe. Keep those feet flexed, seeking to breathe, and lower everything down at the same rate. Slowly, slowly bring that left leg all the way back around behind you. Squaring everything up. Beautiful. And from here, downward facing dog. Shake it out. Move around. All right. Shifting forward into plank. Last plank of class, we just simply lower all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Down dog. Laying on the mat. Relax. You can bring your hands down along beside you and just left or right ear, whichever one you wish. Just breathe. Big belly breaths into the mat. Help to create space in your low back. And slowly rolling on to your back for our first Shavasana. Just a few more postures to seal everything out for our practice today. Feet fall out, arms fall out. Just relax. Alrighty, time to identify your right knee and bring it on up. Interlace your fingers on that knee. Squeezing it on in. Very gentle when removing here. Nothing too serious. So squeezing on in. Using your arm strength, relaxing everything else. Letting everything soften. Okay. Taking that left hand and brief spinal twist. Just guide that knee on across. Just breathe, relax. Bringing it back across and set it on down. Shake out your feet, brief Shavasana. Bending your knees. Bring them on up, feet flat on the mat. And hugging both knees in now for that wind removing with both knees. Again, nothing too serious, but definitely using that arm strength. So squeeze just a little. Keep with your breath. Breath is shortened here in this pose, I know, but stay with it. And soften, placing those feet flat on the mat. Shaking it out, move around. All right. Since those feet are flat on the mat, knees are bent, go ahead and place your hands down, palms down on the mat. And then go ahead and gently, gently lift those hips on up. Breathe. And setting everything on down. Shake it out, move around. Both legs come on down, brief Shavasana. Feet fall out, arms fall out. Bob your knees. Alrighty. Identify that left knee. Bring it on up. Interlace your fingers, top of that shin. Squeezing it in just gently. Okay, backing off a little bit, but take your right hand and then go ahead and guide it on across. Spinal twist. Relaxing, breathing. And bringing that leg on back. Coming into your Shavasana. Bob your knees, shake it out. All right, so we have time for one more posture before Shavasana, and it can be whatever you like. So perhaps a happy baby, you could do shoulder stand, you could do reverse rabbit, you could do plow, you could do deaf man's pose, you could turn all the way over and come into child's pose if you want. I mean, whatever you like. We definitely have at least a couple of minutes before we need to get into our Shavasana. So, whatever posture you would like to take, feel free to do so. And if you're looking at me now thinking, oh, what's he gonna do? I don't know yet. I'm still trying to decide. So whatever speaks to you, go ahead. I think I might do a reverse rabbit. But again, if it's happy baby for you or whatever it is, or even just taking an extra long Shavasana is perfectly fine. Eventually finding yourself in your Shavasana. Maybe separate your feet a little bit wider than you normally would. Maybe separating your hands a little bit more than you normally would. Truly just chill and relax. Coming into your breath, letting everything soften. Choosing to remain in your Shavasana, or if you would like, go ahead and gently propping yourself up so that we can bow together, coming into that seated position. As always, thank you so much for being here. You are an amazing human being in the right place, capable and strong. Do something wonderful for somebody today. Give your mother a call. Tell a buddy that you love them. Something sweet. So thank you so much for being here. I greatly appreciate it. From my heart to all of yours, thank you and namaste.